you gotta listen up, listen up. There's not a thing that I can't get from you. Boy, I don't need that much, need that much. How can I tell you what I wanna do? I never needed you to give me things. I never needed gifts or diamond rings. All I ever need, all I ever need is here with you. Baby, there's a place where we can go, where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat, don't you know that I just wanna be with you. Baby, there is a place where we can go, where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat, don't you know.
Hey everybody, it's I Write Plus Size back at ya, and I just want to come on here today and go on a little ride first, and I thought we could talk about something that's a little bit controversial and also a little bit clouded, a little bit confusing, a little bit, I don't know, there's a lot of different ideas, a lot of different opinions. Anyways, like the title says, we're talking about the F word, and I'm not talking about the F-bomb, I'm talking about the word fat. Right now, there's a whole body positivity movement going on. There's a whole size acceptance movement. When I was younger, that was not the case. There was not a body positivity movement. Everybody was on their own. The word fat was thrown around. I got called fat at school before. Not a lot, but I did. I got called fat. I think everybody, no matter what your size, even normal, moderate sized people get called fat. I mean, it's a pretty generic derogatory thing that's thrown around as an insult, like fat, hey, you know, like fat bitch, like you hear that. I've been in groups of women who've called people well normal weighted, like, oh, that fat bitch, like I've heard that a lot. So the thing is this, I've never in my life, I don't know why, I know a lot of people did and a lot of people do, but I luckily, thank you God, never ever ever put the word fat with negativity in my head. I never ever, for whatever reason, from my role models, which I talked about in my last video, to just my own life experience, I never ever ever, I have to open my helmet cover just a little bit because I'm sweltering out here. I never ever ever sat there and equated fat with bad. I never equated fat with shame. I never internalized that. I never did that. And it just, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but here's what I'm getting to. If someone says, which they have said in my life, you're fat, it literally bounced off me like I don't know what. And literally it was probably almost like, it was so, when people said that to me, like, ugh, well, they didn't say, ugh, you're fat. They said, they would be like, I'm trying to think of a context. When you're a kid and they're like, oh, you're fat. Oh, she's fat. So the fuck what? I didn't, so? What? Like, okay, I'm fat. No fucking shit. That's how I kind of felt about it. Like, it didn't make me feel less than anybody. And the thing is like, oftentimes, like, when I heard that, it kind of, only thing I could think to myself wasn't like, I never thought, oh my God, I'm fat. Like, oh my God, they noticed. Like, I mean, dude, what do you, I don't understand why people internalize that to be such a shameful thing. Like, I know a lot of people do it, they do it from childhood. It's like, oh my God, they equate fat and ugly, fat and disgusting, fat and worthless. You can take the fat and leave all the other shit. It doesn't, those things are just labels you're giving it. Like, it's just fat. If there's nothing, I don't feel like there's anything shameful about it. I don't feel like there's anything, like, negatively about it. I don't feel that way. I think that you're just fat. Like, I understand, like, you don't just get fat. I understand it comes with, like, poor food choices or maybe lack of self-control, or there's a whole plethora of things. It can also mean health problems. It can also mean, you know, a translation of your life struggles, like your stress or some kind of self-sabotage you're doing or some kind of mental stuff sometimes. There's so many, there's so many different things that you can, reasons why people carry weight. And it is kind of like some people say, well, it's a choice, you choose to be fat. Kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a drug addict wearing a sign that says, hey, I use drugs. When you are like a sugar addict or you eat too much and you indulge often and you're fat, you are carrying it around with you every single day. But it's not morally inept to be fat. Like, you're not morally wrong. You might have weakness. You're human. Your weakness is just visible. You know what I mean? Like, if a guy has a porn issue or a girl has she's, exercise anorexic or something like that, hers are not visible to the naked eye. Fat people's are, but it's just everyday human stuff. It's not like a bad morally inept, like you're making that, Anywho, I'm going off on a tangent, but what I'm trying to get to is that if you never ever learn to equate fat with bad or fat with shame, and you don't internalize that, when people tell you you're fat, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you noticed? Okay, yeah, I'm fat. I'm absolutely fat. Like, I can see it. Now, I don't think fat is really a positive term, so I would never be like, oh, I'm fat. Like, oh, I'm fat. Everybody does it sometimes, right? But it's not a positive self-talk, so I wouldn't encourage saying that to yourself and thinking that that's self-love. It's not. But what I will say is that there's absolutely no shame in fat. There's no bad in fat. It is just what it is. And so what I'm getting at is, okay, let me give you some experiences. Okay, so one of the funniest things ever in the whole entire world is this experience. I'm sure women of all shapes and sizes, women who are moderately sized, women who are normal size, women who are thin, you are walking somewhere in public and this guy is like, hey girl, hey baby, hey, can I get your number? Or in here in Atlanta, they'd be like, can I come home with you? What's up, girl? Can I come home with you? Where you going? Can I come with you? And you just keep walking and you don't say anything. What's the next thing out of their mouth? Ah, you fat bitch. All right then, you fat bitch. Okay then, you fat anyways. No shit. I was actually probably a little more fat looking while I was walking by you while you were trying to holler at me. I'm actually probably a little smaller now that I'm like way ahead and like walking away. My size is a little bit like, you know what I'm saying, when you move away, people get smaller as they go away from you. So, okay. The other thing too is I actually have been in a relationship before, no longer, and it wasn't a long relationship, and this was definitely a boundary, a deal breaker for me when this shit happened. But I have had a partner say to me, that bitch. And it was definitely a deal breaker. I definitely, it was a deal breaker, 100%. I definitely ended that shit. But basically, it was in a moment when we were mad at each other, angry, and he said to me, you fat bitch. And I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm fat. Like, cool. Like, okay, like, no big deal. But it didn't emotionally affect me in any way to make me feel bad about myself. It more tells you about the person and their lack of creativity, because dude, like seriously, like that's the most generic thing. And then also, a lot of times when I was like a kid or like a teenager or something like that, if anybody ever called me fat, like I've had girls are vicious. So like girls who like, you took their man, or I didn't take their man, but maybe they had a crush on somebody. And like, I never broke that girl, but I never took their man. But like, I'm gonna cut that part out. But like, let's say for example, like there's a guy and like somebody else kind of liked him, but whatever, and you ended up with him. First thing out their mouth, oh, you fat, ugly, fat bitch, or something like that. Yeah, the times I think I've been called fat more were like by vicious women who were mad at me because I didn't want to be their friend or something like that. Like it was just stupid stuff, and they'll be like, oh, fat bitch, or something like that. And the thing is kind of like, honestly, literally in my mind, when I hear that shit come out of somebody's mouth, it's honestly the biggest fucking compliment they can pay me. And not because I'm glorifying being fat or because I think it's good to be fat. I don't think it's good or bad. I just think it is what it is, honestly. I mean, obviously there are health risks, but when I have somebody call me that, it is the biggest fucking compliment in my head, because I'm thinking to myself, dude, there are so many fucking mean things you can say to somebody. Like, you can call them ugly, you can tell them they're stupid, you can tell them they're fucking worthless. They ain't worth a fuck. Nobody likes you. You're a thief. You're a liar. You're all, you're a horrible fucking human being. There's so many, like, things that people can tell you that maybe you're in denial about, that you don't want to hear about yourself, that, are kind of, like, hard to hear if somebody says it about you. Fat is pretty fucking obvious, and if you use that, like, no fucking shit, it's pretty fucking obvious I'm a fat person, it's pretty fucking obvious, but you can't say shit. You can't say I'm ugly, you can't say I'm a bad person, you can't say I'm worthless, you can't say I'm not valuable, you cannot say that I am mean, you can't say I'm not a giving, a loving, kind-hearted, intuitive, fucking magical fucking bitch. That's what you can't do. So keep saying the obvious. Like, dude, when you call me a fat bitch, all you're doing is reinforcing that I'm fucking awesome, because that's all you got. That's the only fucking thing you have, because you can't say I was bad to you. You cannot say I was mean to you. You cannot say I'm shysty. You can't say I stole your man. You can't say I'm a slut. You can't say shit about my character. You can't say shit. So that's how I take it. When you call me fat, I'm like, no, yeah, no, and no, yeah, cool, thanks. On to the fucking next, like, you have no insult. Like, literally, people usually, when they're insulting it to your face, if you've ever noticed, they don't make up exorbitant, like, they don't make up shit, you know what I mean? Like, usually it's like your insecurity. Like, yeah, bitch, with your fucked up teeth or your fucked up nose, or that's what they'll go for. That's what hate and meanness and hurt goes for. It goes for your insecurity. It's watching for it. You know what I mean? It's watching for your insecurity. And that's what it will rip into. It takes what they know is your insecurity, and it comes for your ass. So the thing is that it's not my insecurity. Being fat isn't my insecurity. And the thing is like, you can call me ugly if you want to, but I know I'm not. I already know I'm fat. Like, you can call me, if you did call me like a bad, evil, I don't think so. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to reference the Kardashians here, which is really stupid. But, like, when they get in fights and they say things like, Kim, you're fucking fake, like, that's her insecurity, dude. And, like, Courtney, when they're like, you're the least interesting to look at, and this and the other, she don't give a fuck. That's kind of true. Like, she's the most laziest and unpopular, but, that's just the truth. But, it's just, whatever. All I'm saying is, like, people, they tell you the truth when they're mad and upset. And the thing is when they got, you're fat, no shit, it's true, I get it. It is not a fucking insult. And there's some people who are like, you're not fat, you have fat. Just like you're not hair, you have hair. I have fat on my body. If somebody wants to say I'm fat, I am fat. Like, I don't have to twist it, because that's also kind of like acting like fat is a bad thing. And so, you're not fat, you have fat. No, I can be fat. I am fat. Just like I am 1,000 other things. Just like I am female, I am fat. I'm female, whatever you want to say. Like, it's a descriptive, and I fit that descriptive, and I'm okay with that, and that is what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to like glorify fat and say like all, there are health risks involved. I understand that, and it's good to work on your health and be a work in progress, and I encourage that. But at the same time, I'm not into fat shaming whatsoever. And dude, the F word is not, I just never in my whole entire life thought that shit amounted to any fucking thing. Literally, if you call me fat, it's like a good day. Like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, no, fuck balls, I'm fat. Like, thank you for fucking noticing. Like, welcome to the fucking earth. Like, here the fuck I am. Like, no fucking shit. So, and if that's all you have, because like that's the biggest thing you could point out, no shit. It's kind of like saying you have a nose. Like, hey, like, no fucking shit. Like, it's just stupid. So anyways, that's what I want to say about fat. That's all I have to say about that. I mean, it really comes down to what you believe about the word fat, not calling, holy fuck, just fucking not somebody calling you fat. So just own that, and all I'm just saying is that, yeah, that's how it works. For me, anyways. It is hot out here, guys. Ooh. You're gonna see on the inside lane. Well, that was shorter, whatever. I don't want to get stuck in the light, though. I don't think I will. So yeah, that's how I feel about the word fat. Brought to you today by the word fat.